very, very impressive guy, to say the least. I mean, when he got to K-State, I mean, he's still a big kid, and he's definitely grown and developed physically and mentally into one heck of a player, in my opinion.
What makes him so tough to defend now, you think?
He just does everything well. And I think in this current day and age with tight ends and stuff, there's a lot of guys who are great blockers, a lot of guys who are good route runners. He just kind of does it all, and he's just a matchup problem for teams, because it's hard to cover him with a linebacker, but you don't really want to have to use a secondary guy to cover him. So he just creates mismatches.
Did you think he would have this kind of impact when you first saw him arrive on campus?
You just never know with guys. It's kind of crazy just to see the changes that guys go through their 4 to 6 years here now. So you can't, I'll be honest with you, you just can't ever really tell the jumps that guys are going to make. Some guys come in and look like nothing and end up being incredible players, and then the opposite happens all the time. So you just never know.
I think that was the case for both you and Felix. I think I've saw your freshman photos. How much weight have you put on since your freshman year?
Man, I at one point got down to 267 pounds, and I started this season at 304. So a college weight program and nutrition and diet and all that, it can do some big things for a player.
What's your diet like to stay at 304 without ballooning up here?
It is tough, to be honest. I have to eat a lot to be able to maintain my weight. That's a constant battle for me. I couldn't even tell you the amount of calories I'm eating, but it's a fight every day. I'm eating till I'm sick almost every day just to stay where I am.
So it's not like Uso, which I imagine he keeps it on a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think Uso's got it a little easier than me. It's a struggle for me. Everyone's different though. Some people, they have to struggle to keep weight off. I have to struggle to keep weight on.
How do you feel like you've evolved in 5 seasons at Kansas State?
I think I saw a picture the other day of me as a freshman. I think physically my body's changed a ton, and then mentally I've changed a lot. We've got incredible coaches here, and all the stuff that I've learned over the last 5-6 years. I mean, I'm a completely different player than I was when I got here, especially mentally. I just know the game so much better than I did when I got here.
In what ways do you devote time to technique, time and effort to technique?
I think technique is the most important thing, in my opinion. I mean, there's a ton of good athletes out there who you could put on the field and wouldn't be able to perform in any way. And I myself am probably not the most athletic individual by any means, but I just pride myself on trying to have the best technique I can. I think technique takes you a very long way and can kind of cover up a lot of maybe other areas of your game that are weak, maybe just not as fast, not as strong, whatever. I think technique can cover a lot of that stuff up.
Some of the stuff that your guys' creative and social media team puts out is just tremendous. One of those, I think a few weeks ago, you kind of showed a clip from the Iowa State locker room in 2020, which is probably the darkest point in that locker room speech from Coach Kleiman. Do you remember that? And do you think that was kind of the tipping point of when things just started to turn around?
Yeah, I remember that vividly. I mean, we went up there, pretty much empty stadium with COVID and everything. Had about half our team due to COVID problems and got our butts whooped. It was embarrassing. And I think a lot of guys at that moment in time were questioning, are we doing things right? The current state of the program, and we're not winning, we're not having success, what's going on? And I think from that point forward, everyone, you kind of, the guys who believed stuck around, and we might have lost a few guys who didn't think we're doing the right thing. But I think this season, how it's gone, just kind of has proved that moment correct, that we were doing the right things and headed the right direction.
And one of the hires that was made right after that season was Coach True. Do you kind of view him as kind of a linch point of this culture creation?
I think Coach True is the perfect man for this program. I think he adds so much value to this program. I couldn't say enough good things about Coach True. I think he's instrumental to the success that we have, just what he provides as far as just from a physical standpoint and the weightlifting stuff, but more so just the culture and all that stuff that he brings to the team, the discipline he brings to the team. I don't think there could be a better person for the job at Kansas State.
What does this team have